hates sparkling water, but I love sparkling water. And her mom, Auntie Kubashni, accidentally only bought her sparkling water. So we were in different cabins that time. So we had made it a deal that before breakfast every morning we would meet up outside our cabins and we would swap water for the day, which is it's one of our favorite memories.
I'm Miss Spicer, drama teacher at the high school, and today we are talking to Anni-May Oosthuizen.
Hi.
So, Anni-May, tell me, when did you first get to Elkanah?
I came to Elkanah in 2010. Halfway through the year, I had just left Milnerton and I was in the Badgers class, and I started at the Sunningdale campus here.
Excellent. What were your first impressions of coming to a new school?
I was very overwhelmed, but in a good way, because I remember I was very fascinated by the tractor in the sandpit, and I sat there waiting for my mom before she came to pick me up, and it was I wasn't used to a campus so big, obviously, because my Milnerton campus had been a lot smaller and a lot more compact. So just the vast amount of space was very, very intriguing to me, and I had a lot of fun there.
Okay. And you've told me that you've met a good friend of yours now, back in junior school. Can you remember how you met?
I don't actually remember how we met, but I do remember our first sleepover together.
Go on then.
So my best friend of 12 years is Shreya Naidu, and we've just always been inseparable, even though the high school refuses to put us in the same class, but that's a personal gripe. Our first sleepover together was in 2013 in grade 3, and I was very anxious about it, and she knew it. And I remember we slept in her sister's room together because her sister had put 2 single beds together to make a double bed. Aww. And she held my hand that night because I was anxious. And it was just one of the most heartwarming moments. And I knew from then on that we'd stay friends forever.
Oh, that is so sweet. I love that story. And are there any teachers that you're going to look back fondly on?
Well, for the junior school specifically, I think Mrs. Van Tonder and Mrs. Copeland, and obviously Mrs. Sinclair, who was my grade 4 teacher, whom I look back on very fondly. She is one of my, I think, overall most favorite teachers in my entire school career.
And what makes you say that?
She was just always so kind and understanding, and she always made sure to have an individual relationship with each of her students, which made myself as a student feel very seen and very welcome.
I remember you being very creative when I taught you in the junior side of the high school.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
I took drama and dance as my 2 main cultural subjects in grade 9 when I had a choice, mainly because I took drama because you are one of my favorite teachers, and because it helped me with my social anxiety. And one of my fondest memories with you is actually at the grade 10 dance when you saw me sitting outside. I was sitting on one of the pillars outside the theatre, and you came up to me and you said you were proud of me because I had come to the dance in a situation where I get very anxious, and I'd overcome that. So in grade 9 was one of my fondest memories because we did kabuki. And I got to put Bryce in a dress because I was the head of the costuming. I was quote-unquote the costuming director. And kabuki for me was a really great experience because it put me in an uncomfortable situation. Obviously, I was on stage. I was thrown across the stage, which was a very new experience for me. And I was put into an art form of makeup that I wasn't used to. And it really helped me get comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable and getting out of my own comfort zone and exploring different forms of art.
Fantastic. And so now in your senior phase, you chose to focus on the sciences.
Yes.
What's your interest in that?
I am a biology nerd through and through. I love biology so much. I think it's really interesting. Specifically, the genetics module we did this year has really opened up an entire new career field that I'm looking into, which is genetic counselling.
Okay, and where are you looking at going next year?
To be fair, I haven't, obviously my anxiety gets riled up very easily. So with my parents, obviously we've discussed just taking it easy this year and just focusing on getting through Matric. So I don't know where I want to study yet.
It's amazing that you've taken things that you battle with and are now pursuing them.
My whole idea around my careers is I just want to be able to help people and to better their quality of life.
That's absolutely wonderful. Now, something I didn't know about you
Yes.
was what a soccer star you are.
I have been playing soccer ever since I came to the high school. So in grade 7, I remember, I think the biggest moment for me was when the B team was playing against the A team, to see who would get put in which team. And I was going up against Maxine Lancer, which was so frightening for me. And in my first year of playing soccer, I got into the A team.
Wow.
And now this year, in my final year of high school, I'm very privileged to be playing with my first team soccer girls, who have made this season honestly unforgettable in the best way possible. And we've gone undefeated the whole season, and it's been such a loving environment to be able to play with them in my last year of high school.
That's wonderful. One more thing I want to chat to you
Yes.
about is our tutor system.
Yes.
So who has been your tutor teacher?
So my tutor teacher at first was Mrs. Horwitz, who was our old librarian, but she left, I would say, the latter half of 2019 to move overseas. And then we got Mrs. Ilse Pretorius as our tutor teacher. But I'd say I really do enjoy the tutor system. I love how we're all put into a group that we can find solace in, and just the way I explain it to my friends who don't have a tutor group system is it's your family at school, it's your parent at school. And just to have someone that you know you can always count on is just it puts you at ease.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. It's
you
been
so much for
wonderful getting to
interviewing
know
me.
you a little bit better.
Thank you.
Anni-May, this is a message especially for you. I remember you so clearly as a little girl in my grade 4 class. In fact, that was the last year that I was a class teacher at Elkanah, so your year is always very, very special to me. You were the cutest, most enthusiastic little grade 4 pupil, and you touched my life. I remember you for your kind ways, and you were so adventurous. Annie, I know you are going to go on to have the most fantastic and fun-filled life after school. I wish you only the best. Thank you for being so special. I feel privileged to have been your teacher, and I just hope that all that you deserve lies in your path ahead, Annie. Lots of love.